this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. I got an email from a customer, and let me read it to you. It's from Susan, and it says, Rick, I love your idea of exercises for injuries, but I would like to know how any injured person is supposed to do these exercises. And maybe I'll kind of comment on that right now. I'm still trying to figure out, or what I end up finding is you end up having different levels of people when it comes to injured. You have people that are injured and are not able to do very much, and I've worked with those type of people when it comes to rehab in a physical therapy clinic, or people that have overcome or that have been in motor vehicle accidents. But then you end up having people that are in the gym and work out and have an injury that's kind of slowed them down, and they're wondering how to keep working out and working around that injury while still helping themselves recover from that injury. So when it comes to this exercise and injuries things, there's a huge spectrum. But thanks for reminding me, Susan, that I need to spend more time on different levels when it comes to the exercises for people. Okay, continuing on with Susan's email. Not meaning to sound too negative, but this year I've been getting back to the level where I was, and I'm trying to overcome a back surgery. I had broken my L4 and had it fused and repaired. The exercises that you do is great, but your model is very fit, and I'm wondering what exercises you have for someone that is not as fit, is overcoming a back surgery and has a weak core. Do you have any exercises to help someone with this type of condition that end up involving body weight or the suspension trainer? So thank you very much, Susan, for sending me in your question. Now, if you were my client, I probably wouldn't get you on the suspension trainer right away. So we've done a number of videos when it comes to the suspension trainer. So the exercises are probably medium to advanced. So Susan, if you're my client and you've had a back injury, a back surgery, you're trying to get back to where you were, I probably wouldn't start you on the suspension trainer. But you're right, you need to work on your core and strengthening on your core. And where I would end up starting you off is on the wall or leaning up against something. So I'll get Orsi to demonstrate. She's just gonna grab the bar here, and she's just going to be at an angle. And that will end up being the first exercise. She's just being in this position, holding this position, bracing the abdominal area, activating the glutes, activating the lats, and just activating those muscles all around the back from the front and the back. Now, if she wants to make it more difficult, Orsi can increase the incline of her body. So she can scoot her feet back, and then she's at more of an incline in her body. And you can do this up against the wall, not necessarily on this specific piece of equipment. The next step that I would get you to do, so Orsi, you can move up, is I would start adding leg movement. So the first would be in this position, tightening abdominals, tightening the glutes and the lats, and just bringing the knees up to just about hip height. Yep, and then back down. Going slow, alternating, keeping things tight, working on that core, educating your body to separate hip movement with back movement. And I would end up going through like 5 repetitions on each side and just going through one set. So we started off with holding. The next step would be high knees. Then the next exercise I would end up going with is hip extension. So bring the legs back, yep. Slow and controlled movement. I want the movement to come from the hips, so she's working, you can see Orsi's working her glutes and her hamstring. The low back isn't changing. And I'm still maintaining that angled position, and the core is activated, glutes are tight, and the lats are kicked in. Then the next thing I would end up getting you to do, same thing in this position, but now we bring the leg out to the side and back to the middle, and we'll go the other side. What? Or no, yep, here, and then we'll lift this leg out to the side. Yes, good. And just like with the leg back, the low back position isn't changing, it's all happening in the hips, but this time now we're working on the outer part of the hip and working on that side to side movement of the hip. Perfect. Thank you, Orsi. So Susan, that's where I would end up starting you off. Start with the plank against the wall, holding it for a period of time, like 10, 20, 30 seconds. If that's too easy, bring your feet back more, and you're at a steeper incline. You're working that core area, and what you're looking at is you want that core afterwards to feel like it's worked, that there isn't stress on the back or pain on the back, but the muscles have done something. When that ends up getting too easy, then you move to the progressions that I end up talking about. You're at that wall plank, you're adding knee to hip height, then you're adding, bringing the leg back, you're adding leg to the side. And if you end up doing 5 repetitions on each side to 10 repetitions on each side, that ends up being a nice little like 5-minute routine to start off with. And then you're going to make a check to see how your back feels. How does your back feel after that little routine? Does it feel like my muscles have worked, or have I overdone it? Have I put too much stress and strain on my back? If I'm fine, I want to make another check later that night. How is my back feeling? Does it feel fine? Do my muscles feel like they've worked? If everything's okay, we're going to check to see how I feel the next morning. And how does the back feel? It feels fine. Does the muscles feel like they've worked? Yes. Then I've done the appropriate amount of exercise when it comes to the condition that I end up having. So there you go, Susan. Give that a go. Let me know how it goes. And please do let me know how things are going. And if you're not Susan, please do send me your questions when it comes to your injury and pain. And I'll work on doing more videos when it comes to those people that are starting out to recover from an injury. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. Make sure to swing by exercisesforinjuries.com and enter in your injury or pain. There's a good chance that I have a video, interview, or an article that'll help you overcome your pain. Secondly, if you're watching this on YouTube, head up above, hit subscribe. What that'll do is every couple days you'll get a video like this where I talk about overcoming your injury and pain. Thirdly, head down below, hit like, leave me a question or comment. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.